ସାର୍ ନମସ୍କାର। ହ୍ୟାଲୋ।
ନମସ୍କାର ନମସ୍କାର ନମସ୍କାର।
ହଉ ସାର୍ ଆପଣ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରନ୍ତୁ ଆଉ ହେଲା।
ହଁ ଠିକ ଅଛି ଠିକ ଅଛି ଠିକ ଅଛି ଓକେ। Hello. Hello. Hello.
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍ ନମସ୍କାର।
କାଲି ଆମେ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରିଥିଲେ ଇନପୁଟ ଆଲ୍ଟରନେଟିଭ ଲର୍ନର ସେଣ୍ଟର। So what is learner center? Input alternative teacher controlled. Input alternative learner controlled. What is the difference between these two? Hello? 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 ଶୁଭୁଛି ତ ଭଲ ଭାବରେ କ୍ଲିୟର? ହ୍ୟାଲୋ, କ୍ଲିୟର ଶୁଭୁଛି ତ? ହ୍ୟାଲୋ, ସସ୍ମିତା, ବିନୟ, ଠିକ ଅଛି ଆରମ୍ଭ କରିବା ତାହେଲେ। ଆମର ସମୁଦାୟ କେତେ କେତେ 2 2 4 5 ଜଏନ୍ କରିଛନ୍ତି ମାତ୍ର। କାଲି ତ ଅଧିକା ଜଏନ୍ କରିଥିଲେ। କରିବେ ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ଜଏନ୍ କରିବେ ଆଉ। ଠିକ ଅଛି, ଆମେ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରିବା। ଆମେ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରିଥିଲେ ୟୁନିଟ୍ 3 ଜଷ୍ଟ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରିଥିଲେ। So now I discuss programmed instruction, or otherwise known as programmed learning. So what is programmed instruction? That programmed instruction is a teaching method. It is a teaching method, and it is a teaching method that helps students learn new materials by working through a sequence of steps at their own pace. Students that the students they learn through these different steps, and they get immediate feedback on their answers and can move on to the next step when teaching teaching process, or when the answers of the students given correctly. So programmed learning, or otherwise known as programmed instruction, it is a method. It is a method, and it consists of different sequential small steps, and the students they first study, they read out the frame means some steps. In every step some discussions are there. The students they can study, and they can understand at their own pace. The teacher's role is here nothing. The teacher does not teach. Only the students at their own pace, they can understand, they can go to the question session, and the questions are given. If the questions are well answered by the students, then they can go to the other or next step. That step is known as a frame. So this learning is associated with satisfaction. When the students they read themselves at their own pace, and after reading a stanza or frame or step, the questions are there, they can read out the question and they can answer. Answers are also given. If wrong, if the students their answer becomes wrong, they can also go by other way, by which they can modify their answer, question answer. And here the idea of this programmed learning instruction is a better method for the students. The task provider means here the teacher first prepares the programmed instruction. The students they are able to read, and they can go through the questions by this process. When one step is over, if the questions under the first step, the questions are given. If the students they respond correctly, they can switch off or they can jump to the next step. This is the programmed instruction, and this programmed instruction, it is a psychological sequence, so that the students get maximum benefit from instruction. There are different types of or styles of or we can in other words say that types or styles of programmed instruction. First type of programmed instruction, that is a linear programmed instruction. Linear programmed instruction. Linear means line, straight. Linear programmed instruction, what is the meaning? Linear programmed instruction refers to a teaching method. It is a teaching method where learning material is presented in a fixed sequence of small steps, with students actively take part, and they get feedback, essentially progressing through the material in a straight line, following a predetermined path without any branching option. Here options, you see that in linear programmed instruction, linear means in one line, and there is no branching option here. We will learn after it that branching programmed style, that is program instruction. This is another type. And now we are discussing the linear style, or it is also otherwise known as the Skinnerian style. It was in other word named as Skinnerian style. And in this linear style, subject matter is broken into small pieces of information. That is, different small pieces means small paragraphs. Into the subject matter is divided into small paragraphs and is presented in a logical sequence. It is presented logical sequence, one by one, one by one. These small steps are called frames. The small steps, it is known as the frame. We can say step, we can also say frame, and the students are required to go through frames. The frames, in the frame, some materials are given, and the students, they study the material, and they get the information and respond to the question given at the end of each frame. There are different steps. At the end of each step, there are questions, and the students, they can go through the question and answer the questions. The frames are so designed and arranged that students' error are kept to a minimum standard. And if the students, they commit mistakes, if the students, they are unable to answer the questions given at the end of each frame, then they can go options. Other options are there. Here in straight line, that is in straight line, the whole information is required by the students. That means the students, they can study the stanza or frame. If the questions they do correctly, then they can go to the next step or next frame. By this process, the students can go or that switch over to or jump to several steps. So this is the programmed instruction, that is a linear programmed instruction. And here in linear, just you can remember, linear programmed instruction, there is no option. So if there is option, then we can say that is branching style. Here, what is second one? That is branching style. It is developed by Norman A. Crowder, and this branching programmed instruction is a teaching method that allows students to choose their own path through learning materials. It is also known as Crowderian or intrinsic programming. Crowderian programming or intrinsic programmed learning. These are the two other names. So in branching style of programmed instruction learning, errors are used to direct the students to an appropriate explanation or remedial sequence. If the similarly, if the students they commit mistakes, then options are there. Then they can go through the option and they can rectify their mistakes. The students here, they can face, or the students, they can go through the questions The questions are of multiple choice type. Multiple choice questions are there, and the students they are there to answer the question. If the correct answer is given, then they can go to the next step. If the incorrect questions, incorrect answer of the question, if it is given by the students, then they can, the options are given, the choices are given. They can go through the choice, and they can choice means that the in branching style, if the students they are unable to understand a particular step or particular frame, the options are there. In option, the particular stanza are explained in a very easy language, are explained minutely, so they can again go through that particular step or frame, and behind or at the end of that particular frame or step, the questions are also given. The questions are given, and the students they are to answer the questions, and if they answer correctly, they can only switch over to a next step. So in branching style, the student is presented with a multiple choice questions, and he or she is to select the correct response of the given choices. Then he is routed through branch according to his response. Here branching is there, but in a linear programming, no branching system is there. This style is based on expansion and reasoning. Therefore, it has been more effective with brighter students. Why it is more effective? Because the students, if they are unable to understand, then options are there, choices are there, and the step, the paragraph or the frame is discussed with very easy language, and the students they are easily understand the frame, and they can answer the questions given at the end of each frame. So this is what we say, that is a branching style. So third type of branching style, third type that is then now how can we develop the programmed learning material? And you see, in programmed learning instruction, programmed material or that is programmed learning material is very important. The teacher prepares the program learning material. This is very important. In program learning instruction, the teacher's role is to prepare or develop program learning materials. And for preparing or developing program learning material, there are different steps. First step, that is planning and preparing the program. Planning, this is the planning or preparation of the program. Second is writing of the program. Third is evaluation of the program. Now I will discuss the first step or first stage for developing programmed learning materials. A program learning material is very important. The teacher's duty is to prepare the program learning material, and then program learning instruction, that is organized. So in first step for developing programmed learning material is planning and preparation of the program. How can the teacher plan and prepare? This is the initial stage. So here in this step, what happens? The teacher's role is to select a topic first. The topic is selected by the teacher. and the selection depends on the style of programming. What style or what type of program learning instruction the teacher wants to organize among the students. The teacher should select whether it is linear or branching. The teacher should first select. Scope of use the program the program learning instruction, that is to whom the students whom the teacher organizes program learning instruction. This is whether to class 8 or class 9 or class 10 or any for any class. There is field of specification of the program, that what is the specification means with a topic should be first selected, and under this particular topic what are the different specification, different important points, that is also found out. And in planning stage, the teacher's duty is to find out the characteristics of the population. That means the population means the students, how many students are there in a class. That means as you know, there are different students in a class. Many students are there in the class. They have different characteristics. What are the characteristics of the population or the students? That in a class there are different students of different ages. We cannot say that the students are of equal age. Approximately they are equal. The students So now hello मझे मझे ब्रेक हो जाउछि हेलो 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 हाँ भाई मझे
हाँ सर
मझे ब्रेक हो चुबुछ तो ठीक ही हाँ ठीक है
शुभुची सर
सो on this I will discuss some points are there I am not discuss and in this planning or preparation stage that instruction is very instructional objective is important. The instructional objectives are specified and it can be measured and at last it can be measured. The right that the question is on all objectives different understanding analysis application synthesis all these different questions are also prepared in these different things which are to be taken we can different phrases logical be developed. This is these are all these things which we know steps that plan and second step that is writing the program and in this particular step what happens that first the style is selected. What is the style? You know, program learning that is of linear type or branching type. The teacher should select which type of branching that is to be organized. This is the first, and second, taking a decision of the frame development. How many frames are to be prepared? So during these different under this particular step, that the frames are prepared. Each frame are prepared. This is the writing the program. The teacher writes each frame, and under this the teacher writes the question, and this and second thing is the teaching frame, that the teacher when prepares each frame provides new knowledge to the students, and another frame, and under this the practice frame provides opportunities to the students to practice what he or she has learned from teaching frames. So different frames are there: introductory frames and teaching frames and practice frames. The students they practice, and testing frames. Testing frames the knowledge which the student they developed. They should be attested. They should be assessed. They should be evaluated whether the students actually understands the each frame or not. Therefore, evaluation is made, and if the students they are unable to understand, that immediate feedback is given by some discussion. So the students they can depend or the teacher can first prefixes the objectives. Basing on that objective, the teacher prepares, writes the each frame. And this is all about that how can, there are two different steps. First writing, first preparing the planning, preparing, and second is writing the program. If it is written, then the teacher can conduct the in programmed learning instruction. Here we can discuss about while sequencing the material, the approaches. The teacher uses different approaches: expository or a rule, expository or a rule approach. Rule approach means, rule approach, it is an approach in which a rule or principle is presented first, followed by the example. First a rule or a rule principle is presented, and example is presented. So second, a discovery or a rule. This approach, it is in which example is given first. Discovery or example rule, this is the opposite of first. Expository or a rule example approach. In this approach, first a rule is presented. This is the rule, and then the program instruction it is conducted. So discovery or example rule, here opposite of the first. First example is given, and then a rule is followed. And here some cues are given. Cues means some clues are given here in program instruction learning. So clues are given, and it should be used for a right answer to the question. A prompt, the prompt is what is prompt or cues? A prompt or cues is stimulus in a frame which increases the probability of the correct response. That means it is one type of feedback. That feedback is given at the last. When the students, they give the right answer, the feedback they get in the written form, and the students are encouraged. This is while sequencing the materials, and when all these things are prepared, then the program it is edited. The program it is edited, and at the third step, evaluation of the program. Evaluation of the program. There are three different steps. One is preparing, planning, preparing. Second is writing the program material. Third is evaluation of the program. Evaluation of the program, that the teacher can conduct individual testing. The students can be tested individually. The students can be tested small group wise, in which 5 or 6 students are there, and the students are also tested by field testing. That means the students, they are administered to a large group of target population. That is, field testing means large group. Here pre and post test is administered. That for evaluation of the program, whether the program is a good program or a bad, therefore it is evaluated. So first, individual to a particular individual or to a particular student, it is given. If the response is good, then it can be used for programmed instruction learning. There, and also not only individual group testing is there, but also a group of small group of students, 5 to 6 students, the program learning material is given. If the result is satisfactory, then it can be used for the learning. And field testing means a large group of target population, large number of students, they can be tested. So, and so these before conducting or before organizing the program learning instruction, first the teacher should prepare the program, and these are the different steps by which the teacher can develop the programmed learning material. These three steps are there, and after developing, the teacher can use program learning materials in the classroom for teaching learning process. What are the advantages of programmed instruction? What are the advantages? What are the benefits of programmed instruction learning? It provides individual instruction. Program learning instruction is a type of individual instruction. This is individual based. The with other instructional techniques, it is as instructional program learning. It is a method. It is the best method because students' own effort is responsible. The students are responsible for their own learning. So the responsibility is fixed on the students. And another benefit, that is, it develops higher cognitive abilities, because the students, they learn themselves, they understand themselves, and they can go through the question and they can answer the questions. And now I will discuss personalized system of instruction. This is another program learning instruction, and this personalized system of instruction is another self-learning technique. It is all the program learning instructions. These are the self-learning techniques. Another personal system of instruction is also a type of self-learning technique which emphasizes individualization of instruction in higher education, usually known as Keller plan. This personalized system of instruction is known as Keller plan, as given by Keller. S. Keller. According to the need and ability of the students, personalized system of instruction is organized. Each student is served as an individual by another person, face to face, one to one, in spite of the fact that the class may number 100 students. If in a class there are 100 students, this personalized system of instruction also it can be organized. A responsibility is fixed on the students. Students are given program test when the students are given this personalized system of instruction material, the students they can consult different books. Either they can refer from the library books, or they can refer nowadays different technology, internet. Now it is very important thing that it is very easy to refer the internet. The students, and they are allowed to learn at their own pace. Feedback is given from time to time. In personalized system of instruction, feedback is given also. In all these different program instruction programs, learning systems methods, feedback is important factor, and it is given always. Students they can attain mastery on a particular topic, because different small steps are there. They can go through small steps and they can acquire knowledge, and they are evaluated at each frame. Here the teacher's role is just like a manager. Only the teacher manages the program learning instruction. The teacher does not teach, because all these programs are self learning techniques. So this personalized system of instruction, it is very important for the learners. So what are the benefits? What are the benefits? It increases retention. Personalized system of or personalized system of instruction, the benefits are: it increases retention, it promotes transfer of learning, it facilitates better performance. The instruction should ensure necessary flexibilities in aspects such as examination schedules, annual promotion, all these things. This personalized system of instruction gives very to project at students. Suppose suppose to or and here technical garden prepare the all that project back.
Hello, Binoya.